new field artists. So some of you might remember a couple weeks ago when we did nature mandalas. So I put up a lesson. We were being inspired by the artist named Andy Goldsworthy, and we picked up some things outside, found in nature, things like leaves and rocks and twigs and some wild flowers, and we arranged them in a way that is showing radial symmetry. And if you remember from that video, radial symmetry is anything that you see a main center point, and the other parts of it, the design of it, comes from that center point, and it all comes together in a similar way coming from that center point. And I gave the example of an orange. If you cut that in half and you look at the design on the inside, you can see that center point, and the orange sections around it are all the same. And another good example would be a spider web. If you look at that, and just that in itself is amazing in what they can do and creating that. But that is another example of radial symmetry. So instead of using objects found outside in nature, we are going to work with things that you find in your home to create a mandala. And this is going to be called a found object mandala. So it's going to be really fun, and you get to choose whatever you want to work with. So I already started to gather a few things here. I have these fun plastic straws. They're reusable, so they're really nice, and I picked them because they're really colorful, and I want this to be really fun and colorful. And I also found I just have some spoons and forks here, and I'm choosing things that I have kind of a lot of, so more than a few, and they're all these are all the same size basically. And I also have some art supplies, of course. I have colored pencils. I have some crayons here. So again, I'm trying to keep this colorful and happy, and it's going to bring me joy. I have some Sharpies here too. So I'm going to see if I can gather a few other things. May also use other art projects that I had made. So from the last video I made, this was the paper beads. So this might be an interesting addition to the mandala. And the main thing that you have to start with definitely is a center point, which would make it easier for you if it's a circular object. So I have here a little roll of tape. So I might use this as my center point. So this would be the first thing that you want to try to find, is something that's going to be one clear center point for you. So here we go. I have my little roll of tape as my center point, and I'm thinking I can maybe wrap this little necklace that I made last time around it. So we still got that circular shape for the middle. Just kind of arranging it. Okay, and this is all just about trying things out, what materials are going to work. If it doesn't really work, you can switch it out for something else. So it's all about kind of experimenting with what is going to work for you. And I did notice that my plastic straws here, as much as I love them, they're really long. They're a little bit longer than the view will give me for filming this, so I'm actually not going to use those. But instead, I can use my colored pencils, and I'm just going to start by going around my center point here, which is now this roll of tape and my paper beads together. And I'm just going to kind of make this sort of like a T shape. And then maybe I'll add on a couple more to create like a diagonal line through the center. And all this is doing is making little sections in between so that I can go ahead and fill them in, keeping in mind my radial symmetry for my mandala. And mandala, again, means circle. So what I can do next is maybe I will take what will I do next? Maybe I'll play with some crayons And I chose here colored pencils that are all kind of different shades of green and blue. And you can work with certain colors, or you can just, go crazy and do all different colors. You could create a pattern or not. That is up to you. Our found object mandalas. But next thing I'm going to do, I think, is let me do a little design here. So maybe now I'm going to do 2 crayons per section. Looks like that might work out. And they're kind of creating more points here. So maybe I'll just kind of go and play with that a little bit. Oh boy, they're rolling around. Yeah, I think that looks good. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit as I complete this part. Okay, so I've sort of created this star shape and I'm liking it. I think I might just go out and extend it out a little bit more because I wanted to use my some other materials, my forks and spoons. So I may alternate and just do this around the perimeter, the edges, and just go fork, spoon, and go all the way around my mandala. So another material that I have here that I'm deciding I'm going to try to work with are these wooden beads I have. Choosing them, again, because they're so colorful and bright, and also because I have a lot of them. They're all the same size, and I know that I can work in a nice design inside my mandala. So since I had used blue and green colored pencils, maybe this time I will use warm colored beads and go make a little bit of a pattern on the inside. So maybe I will try, I'll see kind of how many will fit in here. Maybe I'll use red, orange, and yellow. And for this one, maybe I'll follow that circular shape and I'll go around. So that's looking like it might work. So maybe I'll repeat that. Again, red, orange, yellow, kind of like that, and I'll work my way around. Okay, so I'm really liking how this is turning out, and I think I might just about be finished with it. I've created that little pattern with my warm colored beads. I really love these pink beads I have here, so I might throw a few on the inside. Oh boy. I think I'm finished, so you can definitely keep going, like depending on how many materials you want to work with. There are lots of examples in the slides for you. You can have it be themed if you wanted to even work with snacks or different foods. I have some Cheerios out here, and that would be, I think, a fun way to arrange too. So similar to these beads, if you wanted to do that. And then instead of just cleaning up and putting it away, you can, have a snack. You'd have something to eat. So check out the slides. Again, there's lots of different ways that you could do this. They're all going to end up looking completely different, which I love. And that's a part of being an artist, is creating unique artwork that maybe tells a little bit about you and what you like. So similar to the nature mandalas and similar a little bit to the home project, where we again worked with found objects around your home to create the letters of the word. We're kind of combining those two things here and making a mandala out of things around your house. So be creative, take pictures. We would love to see them and post them on the stream for us and share with your classmates. Have a great day. See you later.